And we'll talk to Yijuan. Wise, you're here. Fufu and the others are still dealing with stuff at the temple, and I can't get away either. But the Defense Force commander at Scout Outpost contacted me, saying they finally made some progress on the investigation I helped them with in the Lost Void. That matter is quite tricky, and it might be related to the miasma in the Lemnian Hollow. I think I'd feel better leaving this to you. The Lost Void? That's right, the Defense Force rescued several people corrupted by miasma from the Lost Void area of Hollow Zero. It's a bit complicated, so I'll spare you the details. All the specifics from the last investigation are on file, and I'm about to take you to Captain Roland to check them out. Oh right, I remember. Fufu mentioned that you two crossed paths in the Lost Void. Are you familiar with the situation at Scout Outpost? Pretty familiar. Although we've never discussed this before, that's exactly the kind of answer I expected. Perfect, Captain Roland is already waiting for us. Yijuan Shifu and Captain of the Independent Investigation Team. Looks like you two do know each other. Anyway, Wise is now a registered disciple of Yuquei Summit, and I want to assign him to investigate the miasma in the Lost Void. No problem. The outpost had quite a few matters before that this esteemed investigator helped us resolve. Looks like we need help on this too. Since you left the Lost Void last time, Yijuan Shifu, I've gathered some new information, but would you like to first go over your previous findings? Go over the findings? Not necessary. The areas inside the Lost Void are incredibly complex environments, and to add to that the recent miasma corruption event, I believe only by experiencing it firsthand can one fully decode all the information within. You should have the files from my last investigation here. Just hand them over to Wise. Get another VR headset. Once he's fully immersed, he'll understand everything. I'm heading to the Lost Void to purge miasma. To be precise, I just want you to go through my previous investigation process. It's not as good as being there in person, but it's definitely safer. We'll just need to understand the situation first. No need to rush headfirst into danger yet. Although the divination says the key to this matter lies with you, to say that you could sweep through miasma-infested areas in the Lost Void for the first time and solve everything in one go without any preparation, no need to consult the Oracle. We all know how slim the chance is. You're right, I think so too. Ahem. I'll go ahead and grant you both access to the archives now. Check Ji Yuan's investigation files. Zero file, Miasma 1. Why do I want to use... I
can help you ward off misfortune and disaster.
Wanna...
Man is iron.
I only handle technical matters. Standing by. One.
If you need help,
What brings... Ready and I can help you ward off misfortune.
Awaiting further instructions.
What brings you...
do you want...
Let's...
Man is iron, rice is steel.
I guess we'll have to go with it.
Meal.
That should be good enough. New Eridu Defense Force, Hollow Zero Related Affairs, Archive Number SE815210-001.
You must be Yijuan Shifu. I've heard a lot about you.
Captain Roland. I remember you. You're the Defense Force liaison at Scott Outpost. What brings you to Swabian Temple today?
It's about the outpost. We recently rescued a number of independent investigators from Hollow Zero during a routine patrol. They were all exhibiting signs of miasma exposure.
Miasma? How peculiar. The presence of miasma has greatly diminished since the fall of the old capital. I've only seen it in Lemnian Hollow in the past few years. But if it's manifesting in Hollow Zero, that certainly is unprecedented.
We had some researchers from Waifei Peninsula check the investigator's condition. It turns out that the symptoms were indeed caused by miasma corruption. It was not some coincidence or shared delusion of any kind.
Well, the line between what's real and what's imagined is often far thinner than people would believe.
Huh?
Let's get back to the matter at hand.
The independent investigators had all the proper gear, compliant carrots, clear routes, the works. But they wouldn't give us any credentials, ID, or explain what they were doing in Hollow Zero. Since we didn't have proof of them breaking any rules, we couldn't force them to tell us the source of their carrot. So all we could do was plan out routes based on the locations where we rescued them, and investigate from there.
I see. So what is it that you seek from me?
The route we're taking next is in close proximity to the Lost Void, and not many investigators are qualified to go that deep. I heard that you have a way to effectively suppress miasma. We were hoping you would join us in this investigation.
Yizhuang weaves a quick set of hand seals. A faint furrow appears between her brows.
I've consulted the divination. The key to solving this matter lies not with me, but with one whom I will encounter on this trip. The signs suggest that we may still find what we seek if we set off now.
Really? In that case, now's the perfect time to go.
Not quite.
Oh? How long should we wait then?
The most opportune moment was yesterday.
What?
Then I guess we'd better get moving. Do you need to inform your disciples before we depart?
This is but a small errand. No need to trouble them.
What about the talisman you'll use to suppress the miasma? Don't you need to prepare those?
Rather than preparing the talismans beforehand, I think we'd better play it by ear.
Following Roland's instructions, Yishuan arrives at the edge of the Lost Void. Are you the assistant investigator that Captain Roland sent for? I'm a support staff member for this investigation. Captain Roland briefed me about this investigation and your situation. I was planning to collect your combat data first, like before, and then customize your gear as support. Yeah, I've heard about gear. However, since this matter involves miasma and requires venturing deep into the Lost Void, relying solely on previous gear design concepts might not be enough to adapt to such dynamic combat situations. As it happens, the Defense Force has also been researching targeted support methods for rapidly changing combat environments. So I prepared a brand new tactical prism program for you. In this program, you can choose which combat abilities to enhance based on real-time battlefield conditions. Feel free to try it out and see how it works. If you have any feedback, don't hesitate to reach me. Thanks a lot. Good luck with your investigation. Ooh, I don't think I've used this one yet. Hello, esteemed independent investigator. I'm a support staff member from the White Star Institute. Although Ophelia has developed a more flexible tactical prison program, we will still provide you with gear as support. After all, the beneficial effects of gear have been pretty well proven by now. But if you need any further explanation, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Okay. Alright, if it's convenient, I'd like to discuss the specifics of this trip with you after you complete your investigation. Unless there's a hollow support mission, I'll be on duty at the outpost. You can find me here anytime. You seem to know something. It's just a vague hunch for now. I don't know if you're familiar with Nineveh and Geppetto, but I have a feeling this incident might be connected to a certain big guy again. Thanks for the heads up. I'll keep an eye out. Yishuan Shifu. Another one? Yeah, we found her. She was already delirious. From what she was saying, her symptoms seemed similar to the previous cases. I noticed you were nearby, so I wanted to ask you to come check out the situation with me. Yizhuan glanced at the investigator and swiftly drew a talisman. No doubt it's miasma corruption. Take this talisman and get him out of the hollow. Quickly. There might still be a chance to save her. It's a her though. I'll head out right away. This carrot data seems to have lost its core components, but a remaining piece of guidance is still readable. I'll leave this with you then. Maybe we can find his companion with this. I'll leave it to you then. I'll head straight back after getting supplies, aiming to meet up with you as soon as possible. Alright. I think I got this. No, it's the one that takes the blood. Alright, to the combat area. Just like the ones in the main hollow. That was smooth. After clearing out the miasmic ethereals, you run into the Defense Forces investigation team.
Hi. You must be the help that Captain Roland mentioned?
Are you... Orphe? Are you with the Defense Force?
Correct. And since you've yet to insult me, I presume you're Orphe?
Yes, that's me. Sorry, she doesn't feel like talking right now. I'm not the best at analysis, but let me give it a go. So... we've located a few coordinates. There was the one from earlier, and...
I'll take it from here.
Oh, Trigger.
I'm sure Captain Roland has already filled you in about the miasma victims we found in Hollow Zero.
Yes, the ethereal we faced just now was clearly spawned from miasma. There's no longer any doubt. Miasma has clearly taken root in Hollow Zero.
Wouldn't that make Hollow Zero even more dangerous to be in?
I knew it!
I told them that ages ago.
Magus.
I can't believe those higher-ups are bringing in outside help. What are they thinking? We could have handled this ourselves.
Is that a talking gun?
Hold on. The whole miasma thing is already bad enough. And now suspicious investigators are showing up in the hollow? We can't just...
Whatever. Just finish what you're saying and let's get moving. All this time we wasted talking to her could have been spent wiping out another wave of ethereals.
Perhaps because Orphe falls silent for a moment, Yizhuan and Trigger become a little puzzled.
Oh, I'm okay.
Is she a ram?
Anyway, we're trying to figure out a pattern to the victim's coordinates and see if those locations can be traced back to the source of the miasma. But the coordinates we got don't exactly match the areas where the miasma readings are the strongest. What do you think? Should we keep chasing this lead?
With just the four of us, it's unlikely that we'll be able to pinpoint the flow of miasma. I suggest we split up and follow the coordinates of those suspicious individuals.
Alright. Let's go with that. And then let's move on. There's too many items in my bag. They are about to spill out. No, each item is precious to me. I can't just bring myself to throw any of it away. Ahem. You must be an independent investigator, right? Take this and keep it safe for me. I'd rather take less damage. And let's get some gear coins. Oh, trigger. We meet again, Yishuan Shifu. I got here first and already cleared out the ethereals in the area. How's it looking? Just some ordinary ethereals. Can't see any connection between them and miasma, or those ether crystals the victim kept muttering about. I hope I'm not looking in the wrong direction. Got any theories? None at the moment. But those delirious survivors, those fake investigators in their neat outfits, and those strange words they kept muttering, they all remind me of a movie. Movie? Yeah, have you heard of Behemoth? Behemoth? I have. So you're saying those people might be working for someone who can control and profit from the ethereals. Yeah, but is something like this even real? The Hollow is vast, and anything is possible within. If we can find a fake investigator with intact sanity, we might get some new intel. Alright, let's split up and keep investigating. Oh, right. After cleaning up the ethereals around here, I managed to get something good out of it. Here, this is for you. I got gear coins, let's go. What kind of deal? Let me take a closer look. Alright. Alright. The little rascals got some tricks up their sleeve. But I gotta admit, the merchandise ain't half bad. How many gear coins do I have? I could probably buy another one. Alright. Is that Tuan? Please, help Tuan's parent. Ugh, if we make it out of here, let's never come back to this place. What's up with your parent? So many terrifying ethereals just showed up. Never seen these kinds before. They kept chasing after us. Everyone made it to the bunker over there, and that's how we survived. But after the ethereals disperse, the bunker door won't open. I can get out, but my parent and friends can't get out. Kind investigator lady, please save them, I beg you. I'll give it a shot, but I need to check out their situation first. Thank you. They're all over there. Please be careful, lady. Oh!
How sloppy! Breaking through!
An opening.
Please, enlighten me! Huh? The enemy's up to something! Evasive maneuver!
Parent still alive. Is this the emergency switch for the security door? I'm gonna press it. I'm gonna save my parent. Wait! Why? The military bunkers in Hollow Zero are equipped with defense protocols. The doors won't open now. They might have been triggered already. If you accidentally hit any more switches, you might not only fail to save your parent, but also attract more enemies. Right, but what do we do? Let's look for the manual first. After searching around for a long time, Yijuan and Tuan finally find the access control manual in a corner of the bunker. The ethereals can't even read. Why did they hide the manual so well anyway? Alright, let's see what kind of classified info we've got here. Check access control instructions. Alright. Detection of ethereals or other hostile units entering the bunker. Detection of multiple open-close commands issued to the same access panel within a short time period. Detection of other malicious attempts to damage the access panel. The rest of the text is blurry and illegible. So, can my parent come out? Maybe, but first I need to know what each of them did when they went through security. The security system's on high alert, and we can't just open it for anyone. Tell me how you managed to slip into the bunker. What? I don't remember. I remember after the security door closed, those ethereals were locked out. But there was a blast crawler. It jumped through the gap between the iron bars and exploded. Good thing the bunker was spacious inside, or I would have been caught. Yijuan quickly scans the interior of the bunker. On the wall besides the investigator, there were clear traces of a blast crawler explosion. So that was the damage. The security system's on high alert and we can't... Damn the defense force. How could they use such an outdated defense protocol for such a crucial bunker? I can barely remember what happened. All I know is there were ethereals chasing me and this iron door was coming down so damn slow I had to smack that switch like crazy before it finally closed. Alright. Seriously, to think my cause of death would be got myself trapped in an abandoned bunker while running away with my tail between my legs. I couldn't open the security door to escape the hollow and gradually turn into an ethereal being. When I see that guy in hell, he's definitely gonna laugh his ass off at me. Yijuan quickly subverts the interior of the bunker. On the access control panel by the inner wall, there were several hasty and messy handprints. Alright. The security's, we all got chased here by ethereals. Not knowing what the security situation was like, we decided to split up and hide in different bunkers. I got lucky and made it in right after my first attempt. Have you found a way to unlock the security door? Please help us. Yijuan quickly scans the interior of the bunker. Various items were scattered across the floor. Not the kind of stuff independent investigators usually carry. Tuan is still waiting by the access control panel. You know which security door we should unlock first. Check the instructions. Huh. So... who should we open the security door for first? Upon opening the security door on high alert, it will lure in more enemies. The panicked one got blasted. The impatient one had made multiple inputs, and this guy just had a bunch of items on him. Let's go with this one. Wrong choice. Opening the security door triggered the defense system. Security bots activated. Oh, come on.
Obliterate form and spirit. Release.
Alright.
Careful.
But first we need to deal with the defense
Let me
mags.
see what you're made of.
Allow me. Be gone.
Rest, gentlemen. Leave this to me.
Leave it to me. Your fate is sealed.
Alright. Well, I saved one of them. Read the access control manuals. That was the second one. So, do you know? Correct choice. The door was unlocked without triggering an alert.
You saved me! Thank you! Thank you so much! If it weren't for you, I would have died here in the Lost Void. All for a few measly dennies.
To risk one's life for money is hardly uncommon. But surely it wasn't just a few measly dennies that led you all the way here, no?
Yeah. The pay is pretty good. But given your abilities, you probably don't need any.
Why don't you tell me how much?
The suspicious investigator hesitates for a moment, but then reveals her earnings to you.
Huh. Wow. Heavens, that much? I'm so jealous. Quick, tell me, who's your employer?
Ha!
Huh?
I mean, why don't you tell me what brings you here to the Lost Void?
That was alright.
Okay. You did save my life, so I've got nothing to hide from you. My teammates and I risked everything to come out here and mine a rare type of ether crystal. Our employer always provides us with carrots and gives us marked routes to follow. As for what those crystals are used for, we've asked before, but they've never given us a straight answer.
So, your employer discovered a hidden vein of ether crystals here in the Lost Void.
Interesting.
No, not exactly. Each time they send us out, they give us different carrots and destination coordinates. We never really know what the paths are like until we're already en route. And honestly, there were even a few times when it felt like we ended up in the exact same fissure as before. But I remember the crystals hadn't been there the last time we passed by.
A mobile crystal stalagmite formation. Interesting. And what about miasma? Did you or your companions ever encounter any? Or perhaps any ethereals spawn from it?
Miasma? What's that?
Okay, let me phrase it differently. Have your coworkers been having any unusual dreams lately? Perhaps about suddenly making a fortune?
No. But they did mention they'd been dreaming lately. One of them dreamed of the fall of the old capital. In the dream, he missed the Defense Force's request for veteran backup due to a comms failure. And so, he evacuated his whole family early enough to make it safely to New Eridu. Another dream, she was given a perfectly accurate carrot route. She entered a companion hollow alone, and was able to save the dog that had been with her for 10 years. To be honest, I also had a dream. I saw my sister. Never mind.
I know what you encountered now. As for what happened in your dreams, I won't press you further. There's no need to reopen old wounds. Once you get out, remember to take some time and learn about miasma. But for now, give me a copy of the carrot you used on this trip, and...
Yijuan pulls out a talisman and hands it to the suspicious investigator.
Take this. You should leave as soon as you can.
You're from Yunquei Summit?
Yep.
Here, take this. I'm never coming back to this place again. But this is something our employer gives us every time. Consider it a sort of special supply. Maybe it'll be helpful to you, too. Or perhaps it'll give you some clues?
Nice. So if I pick the right one, then I get extra items. Alright, on to the crisis on the road.
The time is right. Crank up the heat!
Seems to exceed a certain areas of Limian Hollow.
Swift yet still.
Oh no, that was a waste.
As decreed. Swift yet still. Clear yet murky. Yeah!
Yep.
She and mind as one. Be gone!
Last breath.
Evil shall be purged!
Here we go. Game over. Alright, so there's another bit I have to do. So I'll make this a part 1, part 2 thing.